Thanks all. First of all, hello, Deutschland, Germany. Willkommen to Enlightened Echoes, the International Buddha Purnima celebration here in Germany. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to Beam team, and thanks so much the torchbearer of the new face of PSS movement, Hari and all other speakers and audience. Thank you. I've been meditating and teaching meditation from past 25 years. Started meditation at a very young age as a teenager, accidentally, not for any reason. My uncle has introduced me to meditation because he says that it is good. It's like, I have no need to learn meditation. Why should I learn meditation? I have no need. I'm not in depression. I'm not in any problem. I don't have any problem. He's like, no, you just do it. So out of respect, I started. So from day one, my view, my intention was to prove it wrong. Because I don't want to do it. So in my first meet with Patriji itself, Patriji, the first message that I have got, and the best message that I have got from Patriji was live like a Buddha, otherwise go and die. Means what? Buddha never asked any confirmation from anyone on anything. He just searched everything inside. Just searched everything. Any question, go inside. So he told me, you know what, if you have a question, go inside. Because on that day, I asked him a question. Are my experiences true? I have got some experiences. I asked him, are my experiences true? So he almost about to beat me for asking that question. Who am I to confirm your experiences, right? So from that day onwards till now, whatever question that I have always searched inside. Yes, I gathered information from books, as Sri Lakshmi has said, and from masters and experiences, but the confirmation had to come from inside. So today, with that little intro, whenever in PSSM, not just him, started with him in PSSM, we will have no class without having this word called breath. Be with your breath, be with your breath, be with your breath. And a step ahead, Patri sir used to say, breath is your guru. What? How? How? Yes, I am sitting in meditation, I am observing my breath. It is calming me down. But how is it guru? Guru means what? Who teaches everything, right? So how can it teach everything? So as I said, because I have started meditation as a teenager, I never used to, just get convinced by some random statement. Used to work on it, research on it, and two most prominent aspects that I have researched to a larger extent was breath and thoughts. So then I started going around to people, trying different breath techniques, observing the breath, what happens. And what I started to realize is it is the only thing that is answer to everything that we can think of. Breath connects us to anything and everything that we can think of. When I say anything, it is anything. Does it connect to my body? Yes. Does it connect to my mind? Yes. Does it connect to a plant? Yes. Does it connect to a living thing, that chair? Yes. So what I realized is it connects us to everything that is there, and it connects us to every answer that we can look for. And some of the initial findings that I have observed and experienced by myself is people say when we are angry, let's say when we are out of our state, out of our mind, then what people say, breathe in and breathe out 5 times, 10 times, you know what? Slow down, right? Observe your breath. Then your anger comes down. When we lose control, when we are in depression or when we are anything, then people usually say, you know what? Observe your breath, count the breaths, or do a forceful breathing and everything. So what we are doing is we are losing control first, and then catching the breath to bring back that control. Yeah. So our life is happening the other way around. Means the situations are happening on its own without our control, and then we are catching the breath to bring it back to our control. But as I practiced meditation and then tried many things, what I observed is we can actually turn this around totally, where we can breathe life into every situation instead of things happen and then bring back into the control. But with continuous practice of meditation, what we can do is we can become totally aware and breathe into every aspect of life. In this journey, I found an amazing quote from this 13th century poet called Rumi, spiritual poet, if you have heard. He takes this example of flute. A flute is totally empty, right? It is empty. It has holes and it is empty. A flute is totally empty, but the breath flows through, sings and dances. So being empty is not emptiness. This is exactly how our life works when we are able to master our breath. When we catch our breath, what happens is it is empty right now. But when we breathe in to the tunes of breath, our life will be in our hands. Instead of otherwise, without meditation, without catching the breath, without being with the breath, it is always the other way around where the tune of breath is different and the dance that we or the songs that we do in our life. Let's say, imagine that life is a dance, right? There is no link between the dance and the tune. That's how our life will be. But once we catch breath, once we hold on to our breath, and once we go deeper into the layers of breath, then our life will dance to the tunes of the breath. And that's what my today's message is, where dancing with the breath. This is the core message of PSSM and core message of Patriji. Who have attended any meditation class without this saying that be with your breath, begin with your breath. There are songs. We danced to the songs of breath in PSSM at a young age. He used to sing in Telugu language. So it's like, Hamsa Pakado, Himsa Chodo. Every time there are songs, there are poetry, there are dances. It's all around breath because that is the core message of Patriji and PSSM. And why I respect Patriji so much? Because who's a guru? Guru is someone who teaches, right? I call Patriji a Parama Guru or a greater Guru because he introduced Guru to each one of us. Until he comes into my life, I wasn't introduced to breath. Breath was there. Without meditation, breath was there, right? For everyone, even a person who's walking in the street right now, they have breath, but no one has introduced breath to them. And introduced breath as a guru. What can you say about a person who introduces a guru? He's above guru, right? So it is not just we meditate, it is our duty to introduce one's own breath to everyone. And that's the work that we are all doing. As Sai Kumar Reddy sir said, I have come all the way from Australia, or someone else come from US and UK and Belgium and everywhere. Why? Because we realized the importance of introducing breath to everyone. If we can do that, that is the greatest help that we can do to ourselves and also the humanity. And here, I am not limiting the possibilities of what breath can do, saying that breath can heal, breath can, bring down your depression, breath can do this. It can do anything and everything. And it is proven in my experience and also in my past 25 years of experience. I always throw this challenge at people where catch your breath. If it doesn't work, never, ever, ever go back to your breath. Leave it, let it happen. There is not even one person who has come back to me and then said that, you know what, it didn't work, whoever has tried. And then that is the authenticity of this topic that Patrisar has given to this whole humanity, where it never fails. If you give any other technique, maybe if you give a mindful technique, it says like, you know what, I'm unable to count this, I'm unable to do this. Some techniques work, some techniques doesn't work. But this is a flawless technique which always works. Always, 100% of the time. You try it, go back. They have to do it, of course. But if they do it, it is the flawless technique that works on everyone. And it is the greatest gift that we can give to anyone and everyone on this world. So, my message or Patrisar's message through me today from this stage to the people who are here and also people who are watching and to the whole humanity is be with your breath. Be with your breath, be with your breath, be with your breath. That is the core. Once we are with our breath, then everything else falls into its place. And my obsession and my research on this breath and the conversations that I had with Patricia probably made him tell me that, you know what? You are the ambassador of breath. Take this forward. Tell about breath. Talk about breath everywhere. And he coined this thing called breath universe. You know what? Just talk about it. So that's what I'm doing right now. Talking about breath wherever I go, wherever I go. And I have fortunate that I have introduced meditation to thousands and thousands of people across the world right now. And then taking the benefit out of connecting to breath. And then the dance that they're doing today has become so beautiful. They're dancing to the tunes of the breath. So we all also, while meditating, we should come into this awareness that don't try to always think of, okay, if at all I lose control, I go and catch the breath. Yes, initial days, that's right. But turn this around that how can I be with my breath as much as I can and breathe life into everything. Things should not go out of hand. At one point, as we practice, as we catch more and more breath, for that, we have to go into the detail of the breath, not stressfully observe, observe calmly, as pleasantly as we can, and as lovely as we can. Romance with the breath, dance to the breath, just seep into the breath. And that's what takes us into a state where we start breathing life into everything that we do. So, begin with the breath and be with the breath. That's what I say wherever I go. We all have to begin with the breath. That's the starting point. Not philosophies, concepts, everything else follows, but we have to begin with the breath. And then be with the breath always. Never, ever, ever, ever drop being with the breath. But the sir used to say, why do you talk? If necessary, talk. Sir, otherwise, be with your breath. Do something useful. Okay, if there is nothing useful, be with your breath. Why are you talking? Be with your breath. That is because he knows to the point the importance of the breath in one's life and importance of breath to the humanity as well. So, with that short message and straight message, I would say be with your breath and meditate daily. I've got some gifts from Australia to everyone here with a straight message to remind everyone be with your breath and meditate daily. I have over 100. I'll hand over to the Beam team who will distribute next 2 days. So never, ever, ever drop out of your breath. Breath is my message today. Breath is Patrisa's message today to us. Let us all give big clap to Patriji, the grand guru who has introduced to our guru. Thank you so much.